I hear him. I see him. There he is. Alright, so Chris brought Clifford back up here. He's been working on it down at his place. But today we're going to be lowering the truck. We're doing a flip kit in the back, and I'm not sure what we're doing for the front just yet. She do snug. Have you ever unbolted the bed on this? That could suck. I mean, I guess we don't have to take it off. It'd just be nicer too. Alright, we're gonna get that turd moved into the shop, and then we'll try ripping the bed off. Alright, this thing actually sounds really good with the muffler setup that we got on it, and we're pretty well lined up. Alright, so what parts you got for this thing?
So, I was gonna order those lowering springs for the front, but they were more expensive than I thought.
Yeah.
So, if we'll put this on, and if it looks like the front needs to come down quite substantially.
Oh, it will.
Well, then
it will.
We'll find a way to either cut some coils out or...
Yeah, I think for the time being, we could just cut them and until you get actual springs. That way at least it doesn't look fucking stupid. Because, I mean, it'll drop the bed to at least here, give or take.
Yeah. The only thing it didn't come with is U-bolts, which I forgot to get.
Well, hopefully yours come apart. Alright, well, I guess let's get it up and try to get this bed off and see what all we're looking at. Well, that's heartbreaking.
That's how you break chrome shit.
Yeah.
Converts the picture into a television signal.
Alright, so our plan, since we're not thinking this leaf spring's gonna come out without a huge fight and some heat and probably new bushings, we're gonna drop the axle. We think we can finagle that side through the springs all intact, and then we'll go that way until we can get this end over the spring and we'll come through and recenter it. Once we kind of get it set in place, we'll figure out exactly where the notch needs to be, mark that out and cut it. Looks like we're gonna have to trim this bed support. It's doable, just pain in the ass. That comes with $600 trucks. So Chris did the smart thing and he took off to go get some new U-bolts so that we're not trying to heck with these things a bunch. So I ended up just cutting them all off while he's gone. I think we've got pretty much everything disconnected on the rear end aside from the shocks. And then we can lift the truck up off it. I'm gonna get the shocks disconnected and then start lifting the truck up. All right, the axle is out of its rust palace. It doesn't look like any of it's actually rotten, but I know that you southern guys are gonna freak out when you see this. Take the flap wheel and clean this up a bit so that I can actually get the paint pen in here and have good clean marks that aren't gonna fall off when we breathe on it too heavy. And then I'll take one of the frame supports and I'll kind of sit it up here and mark out a real rough idea on where this thing's gonna be. Alright, so I got it roughly marked out. This is the one that I traced from the inside, and then this thing is a little over an 1/8 thick. So I tried to, you know, compensate for that. So I went a little wider to try and give it a little bit of slop. So for the corners, I'll drill a hole that way, because sometimes when you cut on frames like that and there's sharp intersections, they'll want to crack there. But if you drill a hole and then cut through the center of the hole, it'll kind of keep them safer. But you don't want to start cutting all this until you have some way to support the back of the frame. That way it doesn't droop. So we're going to figure that out and then start notching this. And we're going to have to notch up here too. Not really sure how we want to do that just yet. Might be able to get a Sawzall in there. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, we got both sides all cut up, still have to drill the holes, but we're going to get the axle in place first. So I think we're just about at the point where we heave this thing into place. We'll probably sweep the floor and try and get the pig on the floor jack or something so we can pull it back and forth easier. Got it sitting on the new pedestals, mostly. Alright, so this is just gonna sit on top like that. And then this will go underneath like that. Or like that. I think like that. Alright man, got the axle up in place and all bolted in. Just about time to start drilling holes for the plate. Yeah, it's gonna look way different. Alright, it's not all bolted in yet. The drill battery died, so we're just testing it right now. Yeah, you can already tell with it right there. Oh, dude.
That's all the way off the.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
You're definitely gonna have to roll that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna have to roll the other one too.
Probably. Dude, that looks so sick though. We're gonna have to pull the front apart real quick and chop a coil or two out.
Yeah, we could while we're waiting for the drill battery to charge.
Yeah, dude. That looks so rad. Alright, so we got the front springs out. It was a little bit of a bitch. He's gonna get back to drilling the plates in the back. I think I'm just gonna cut 1.5 off each of them, and then we'll just throw it in there with the ball joints and test fit it that way instead of putting it all back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get those cut real quick. Alright, we got the front end just back together enough to test the height of the springs. Obviously the sway bar's not hooked up. I hope it's close enough. That's looking more like it. Alright, I think we're off it.
But yeah, that sits a lot.
Oh dude, that looks great. I think we nailed the height on the front springs.
I think you did.
Because once you get the smaller tire for the front, the wheel gap will be about the same as the back. That looks sick, dude. That looks fucking great, dude. That 275 looks perfect on this. Like, lowering a vehicle, no matter what it is, like cheap truck, rusty car, stupid Prius, if you lower it, it looks so much better. Well, call it for the night and finish it up tomorrow. Ugh. All right, we acquired proper drive shaft clearance. Drive shaft back in, everything's looking good. Everything's all bolted in, got everything all drilled this morning. All brake lines are hooked back up, hopefully. Perfect. That's the rake you need. Alright, let's pull the old girl out so we can look at her in the light. Alright, man. That looks so sick. That looks awesome. And it really wasn't that much. How much was the flip kit?
For everything, it was $168.
168 bucks. So let's say 170 bucks and some elbow grease.
Front's custom.
Yeah, and in the front, a little bit of electricity and a cutoff wheel. Aside from that, it didn't really cost anything. It's just crazy how much better it looks like this.
I know.
Man, that thing looks so sweet, dude. It really did just completely change the look of the truck. And for, like you said, 170 bucks, and then just a little elbow grease, obviously using the new hoist, but it could have easily been done on the ground. Man, it looks so good. But that is definitely going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.